So awesome. All right. So we're officially recording. So good evening to you, our Team Legacy and LifeVantage family. Today is Monday, February 5th. My name is Holly. My husband Brian and I are coming to you live from Sarasota. For those of you who don't know us, next month, I think we're coming up on 12 years with LifeVantage, which is pretty awesome. We are recording this. So if you want to go back and re-listen to anything, or for those who can't be with us live, you're welcome to tune in and watch the replay. We now have our own Team Legacy YouTube channel. I don't know why it's taken us this long, but we do. So I'm dropping the link in the chat for those of you who want to get onto it and subscribe so that anytime we upload new videos, trainings, replays, all the things, we're going to have everything in one location so that you're not having to scramble and go and scroll through Facebook and try to find replays and ask for links, right? So anybody like that? Is that a good idea? You like the fact that we've got a Team Legacy YouTube channel now? So there's that. So that's just my little plug right there. So we're going to do some January highlights and, of course, some recognition. We were lucky enough to get our hands on some reports early, so I'm excited about that. We've got some promotions, some product promotions and incentives and events taking place. And last but not least, tonight, Brian's going to be rounding out the evening with sharing a testimony with you. And we're really going to just be diving into the products. For most of us, not all of us, yes, the financial side of this has been awesome, but the products is what got us in. We got sold on the technology that we have. And so Brian's going to spend some time with you guys on talking about that. So if you are a product lover, then you are going to want to stick around. So first and foremost, we want to take a moment and welcome our newest team members to Team Legacy. These are individuals that joined us in the month of January. So they are kicking off the new year as a LifeVantage family member. So we're excited to have you with us, Michael Hertzler, who is actually enrolled by Beulah Reynolds. And Miss Beulah Reynolds, if you guys remember, just had a rank advancement last month as well. So she is rocking and rolling. Michael J. Kroger was enrolled by David Richard Pochner. We also have Lyle Slayback, who is enrolled by Melvin Slaybaugh. Steve Manitos, who was enrolled by Derek French. You're going to start hearing and seeing both David Richard and Derek French's name quite a bit. They are moving and shaking and making things happen as well. We have Melanie Kratzer, who was enrolled by Frank Villa. And last but not least, Cindy Hoffman, who is enrolled by Stacy Zerfas. So congratulations to each of you. We're happy to have you on board this incredible crazy train, if you will. But you may not know what it is that you've gotten yourself into, but trust me, you are surrounding yourself with incredible people. We are all here to encourage one another and to achieve what our goals are here at LifeVantage, whatever that looks like for you. So teammates on the rise. These are our first folks of 2024 to rise in the new year to new rank advancements. So congratulations. These individuals received the title of Consultant 1. All right, that's Kayla Hirschberger, Lyle Slaybaugh, Melanie Kratzer, Cindy Hoffman, Michael Hertzler, and Stephen Manitos, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. So congratulations to you all. You achieved the rank of Consultant 1. Consultant 3, we had someone achieve the rank of Consultant 3. This means that you've accomplished 1,000 in group volume. That's group sales. So that's what you purchase, what your customers purchase, what your, any personally enrolled consultants purchase. So congratulations to Wanda Beachy, who achieved the rank of Consultant 3. Now, moving upward, Senior Consultant 1. Yes, Senior Consultant 1 is 2,000 in organizational volume or group volume. And there's that name again, Derek French. So congratulations, Derek. He is a new team member. He has not been with us for that long, but he's been engaging in the group. have been chatting with him back and forth, and he is on a roll, and he is excited and so pumped up about these products, and he is sharing them like crazy. Also, Senior Consultant 2, 3,500 in group volume goes to Richard David Potner. So congratulations to him as well. And last but not least, our biggest rank advancement for the month of January, kicking off the new year at a Senior Consultant 3, Jonathan Yoder. Congratulations, Jonathan. You have achieved 6,000 in group volume. That is phenomenal. Obviously, you can't get there by yourself. So you are rocking and rolling and bringing in team members, and we couldn't be more thrilled. So congratulations to all of you who rank advanced in the month of January. Now, upcoming events. So there's some upcoming events in person as well as virtual. We want to share those with you. For those of you who may be new, there is a momentum tour, if you will, activation tour taking place in the Ohio, Pennsylvania area. The enrollments from this team caught corporate's attention, and so they wanted to send some speakers in your area. This is a super big deal. I don't know if Fannie Mae is on or not, or Joel, but I heard they had nearly 75, or they did have 75 people at their meeting in January last month with Dr. Nancy Bryant. I mean, that's phenomenal. That's their first meeting in a really long time. The second meeting is going to be happening February 20th. That is a Tuesday at 6 p.m. Consultants are encouraged to bring a snack to go ahead and share. It's going to be $10 per consultant or couple, if you will, just to help pay for the space. And guests, of course, are free. Again, this is where you want to bring your guests. Rob and Summer Smolik are going to be presenting the LifeVantage opportunity in person on Friday, February 20th. That's actually going to be in Millersburg, Ohio. So if you want to RSVP or have any questions regarding that, please do go ahead and reach out to Fannie Mae Byler. Her number is 270-537-1016. Okay. And then also there are a lot of opportunities happening virtually for you. Every Monday and Friday, there is an opportunity Zoom that is taking place that the Campbells have set up, if you will, and we are rotating through with different executives presenting that opportunity. So we don't know, there's no specific schedule. So it's not about necessarily knowing who's presenting. It's simply about knowing who are getting new eyeballs on the opportunity, right? And so how do you do that? You do that by inviting. So every Monday and Friday night at 9 p.m., you have an opportunity to hop on there. Every Wednesday night, it'll be at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's to help try to get a hold of some of our West folks as well. And then on Tuesday, February 13th and 27th, Brian and I will personally be hosting our own opportunity meetings live as well at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time at this exact same dial-in information and Zoom where you joined us today. Okay. So that's a big deal. So lots of stuff happening. If you're ever in question on what's happening when, we have all of this information on our team calendar. Again, go to lvgopro.com. That is the Team Legacy website. If you scroll down on that page and you click on the calendar, all this information is there. You don't have to be on Facebook to get this event information. It's all available to you on that calendar if you're not seeing it already on the big blue calendar, right? Lots of resources. So last but not least, upcoming event. This is the big one. This is the big company event that's going to be held in person in Nashville, Tennessee, everybody. That is our Momentum Academy. Yes, our Momentum Academy is going to be here before you know it. It's going to take place on March 14th through the 16th. All right. There's actually 4 or 5 hotels. I looked it up. I have the information handy. If you have questions, go ahead and reach out. If you're not someone who travels much, There are other hotels available and close to the venue. There's different price points for people depending on what you're comfortable spending. But at the end of the day, this is an investment in you. This is an investment in you and in your business. All right. Statistics have shown that those who attend these events, their learning curve advances by 6 months just by attending one event. Your skill set advances by 6 months, not to mention your check grows. Your check, it's been proven that those who attend the events see a growth in their check. All right. It's a big deal. So we encourage you, get registered if you're not already registered, but congratulations to those of you who have. Right now, we have about 35 people who have currently registered and planning on joining us in Nashville. So I can't wait to see everybody. As of right now, this is the only in-person corporate event scheduled. I'm going to say that again. This is the only in-person corporate event, major corporate event currently scheduled. So if you're thinking, oh, well, I'm just going to wait till the next one, there currently is nothing on the calendar.
Might be waiting a long time.
Yeah, you're going to be waiting a long time. They're going to have they're going to have another virtual event towards the end of the year, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. And if you've been to an event, you know exactly what I mean. So also one plug, I know Marlon's on here as well. For those of you maybe within the Amish community or not, doesn't matter. Is it Spencerville, Indiana? I think it's Spencerville, Indiana. Am I getting that right? So Marlon Graber has commissioned a bus. So if you're like, well, I can't go, I don't have transportation. Marlon Graber has commissioned a bus. He still has about 15 seats, I think, the last time I talked to him. You can keep me honest, Marlon, available on this bus. The more people on the bus, the lesser the cost. He's got all the details worked out when you're leaving and when you're coming back. Actually, on Saturday, immediately following the event, you'll hit the road and head back into Indiana. So if you have any interest or inquiries regarding getting a seat on that bus, I encourage you to reach out right away. Okay. So Marlon Graber, his phone number is 260-402-7660. That's 260-402-7660. So thank you again, Marlon Graber, for putting that together. I think that's fantastic. And I will tell you, I think some of the best times that we did have when we were going to these events, especially early on, was when we were loading up our cars. We were loading up our minivans or the buses, and just the trip just to get to the events was just as much fun as it was, and going home as it was actually attending the event. So that's it, I think, as far as the events.
Yeah, I just want to say one thing, because again, those who know, like we say. So if you've been to an event, you kind of know. So this is for the people who've never been to one before. I mean, imagine starting a new job and your boss saying, okay, you have to attend orientation so you know how to do your job so that you can make money. And you say, nah, I'm good. No, thanks. You wouldn't do that. You'd be like, yeah, absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. I'm there. And if you want to treat this seriously and treat this like a profession, that's how you have to look at this. And some people say, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can afford to go. And I will tell you what was told to us and people that, say, oh, I can't afford to go. They would say back to us, our leaders, our mentors would say, you can't afford not to go.
Yeah.
Because imagine, I had someone say to me one time, say, you know what? I'm going to make some money first and then I'll go. And I said, oh, so if you wanted to be a dentist, you just start pulling teeth and so you can afford dental school? That's not how it works. It works the other way around. So these things are solid business building events. It'll shorten your learning curve by at least 6 months. Otherwise, you're 6 months behind everybody else who goes. So hopefully, if you're on the fence, that's going to push you off the fence and get to this event, because they're absolutely phenomenal events to attend. And everybody who's been there has been there. This message wasn't for you. You already know that. So it's all for everybody else who's thinking about going but hasn't made that decision, because it's going to be here before you know it. I mean, March 14th to the 16th. I mean, we're just over a month away from this, and
Yeah.
it's not
February
that
is a
far
short
from
month.
most of you. Yeah. Yeah. It's one day longer this year because it's a leap year, but it's going to be here before you know it. And again, it's the perfect location for most of our team because it's drivable for most of you. You don't have to get on an airplane.
Yep.
So that's what's great about it.
Exactly. Having these events on the East Coast is like, man, it's just gold if you take advantage of it. So moving on here, we've got the Rise Era Incentive. If you were not on the global kickoff call last month, the company launched its new incentive for 2024. It's called the Rise Era Incentive. Again, we are focused on getting back to the basics. Okay. Enroll, retain, and advance. Enroll, obviously, new customers and consultants. Retain them by getting them on a subscription. This is what's going to help build stability and security in your check and in your business. And then advance. As you are enrolling and retaining, you're naturally going to advance through the ranks. Doing that allows you to get paid deeper within your organization and at a greater percentage. So it's pretty much guaranteed that with each level up, you're going to be cashing in. And that is a really big deal and something that I do love about this new compensation plan. We know we're going to get paid more on those efforts, which is pretty phenomenal. And that wasn't always necessarily guaranteed in the old plan. So take advantage of that. What this new incentive does is you're going to basically earn what they call a track. All right. So think of it as, so when you enroll 4 new accounts in 1 month, you have every month is a new month. Okay. So you've got 4 new enrollments. One of them, of course, at least has to be a consultant. So it's again, the 3-in-1. Does this sound familiar? It's all part of our system, right? So you follow the 3-in-1, you enroll 3 customers and get a consultant. The customers need to be at 100 points on subscription, and your consultant needs to be 150 points on subscription. Again, you're already then getting retained. If you do that, you earn 1 track. Now you can earn multiple enrolled tracks if you want. All right. Now then retaining. If you increase your personally enrolled subscription volume by 500 points, then you will also earn a track. Now, this is based off of your personal 3-month average baseline that was set. So anywhere from October to December, they took your average. If you actually go, here's what, for those of you who do access the back office, when you first log in, before you go to your back office, when you're scrolling down on the options where you can see your managing your orders and things like that, there's a thing that actually says tracker. Click on tracker. And that will then take you to the Rise Era tracker for you personally and anyone else on your team. Okay. So if you go on that tracker, it'll actually tell you what your baseline is. What is your average baseline for your personally enrolled subscription volume between October and December? Now, if you're just new or just getting started, that's probably 0. It's very low. So your ability to be able to earn a track easily by enrolling a few new customers and consultants in 1 month is pretty awesome. Okay. Now, obviously the advanced one, it makes sense. You're going to personally rank advanced to a senior consultant 1 or higher for the first time. And then if you happen to help somebody that you personally enroll rank advanced to SC1, then you'll also earn a track. So you're earning tracks not just for what you're doing, but also for the efforts that you are doing to support the people that you are bringing in on your team. So the tracks go anywhere from 1 to 5. The more tracks you complete in 1 month, then the greater the prize. So first month of January, we already got the report. We had actually a total of 16 individuals on Team Legacy achieve tracks. 16 of you earned tracks. And basically what this means is you're going to get to pick some prizes. So first and foremost, congratulations to Richard David Podner. He actually earned the most with 3 tracks. This means he's going to have the choice to pick between a Series 9 Apple Watch, a projector, or $400 Delta gift card. All right, so he's going to get to pick that. We've got Stacy Zerfas and Derek French. They both had 2 tracks each, which is awesome. They get the choice between a Bluetooth speaker. They can get an Alpa Cotopaxi backpack, which those are actually pretty nice high-end bags, or a gift card of $200 to Lululemon. And then the other individuals that we have that earned one track, we have Beulah and Maurice Reynolds, Frank and Janice Villa, Mark Zerfas, Velma and Ralph Schwartz, Elmer King, Daniel S. Miller, Perry and Mary Gingrich, Rebecca Mullet, Susie Miller, Jonathan Yoder, Nadine Hosteller, Wanda Beachy, and Andrew Christner. So congratulations to each of you. You earned one track. You are going to be able to choose from either a hip pack, which is, I want to say fanny pack, but it's like it's like a hip pack kind of thing, a ring light, or a $100 gift card to Nike. Okay, so congratulations to each of you. What a phenomenal way to kick off the new year. Yes, so congratulations to all of you. Couldn't be more proud. I mean, things are, there's just something about this new year. I don't know. There's just a different vibe all around. So again, enroll, retain, advance, and you too will earn tracks and be able to cash in on some extra prizes to go above and beyond what the company is already paying with you through our Evolve compensation plan. So, real quick. So before I switch this over now to Brian, you guys, he's going to dive into products. If you didn't see, there is a product promotion happening this month. Okay. It is for a free Omega. So the free Omega Plus, you can get a free Omega Plus for you and your customers and consultants. As long as the subscription order that is placed, it doesn't matter whether you're existing or you enroll as a new customer. If the dollar amount is $200 or more, then you will automatically be given an Omega. Now, if you have a brand new customer that you enroll on Omega and they go on subscription, they're going to get it this month. And if they maintain on subscription next month, they'll get another bottle. That's 2 bottles. So that is a phenomenal, I think it's a great promotion that they're running. If you didn't already know, this month is actually American Heart Month, Heart Health Month. So be aware of that. And omega-3s are just an overall powerhouse, essential nutrient, and it's going to do great things for your heart and your brain and all kinds of good things. And so you probably have all had enough of listening to Holly, which is totally understandable. And I'm going to go ahead and then switch it over to Brian, and he's going to share some testimonies and dive into the products for you guys. But again, if you've got questions or comments, go ahead and drop them in the chat, and I'll keep tabs on that for you.
All right, I'm just switching things over here because I'm recording in 2 places here. I'm multitasking, people. So yeah, thanks, Holly. So yeah, I mean, every Monday we usually do the weekly MC. So this is the exception of the first Monday of the month. We usually get together here as a team and go through announcements and recognition, things like that. So one of the things we talk about usually in the weekly MCs, we talk about some of the product information, we share testimonials, all that good stuff. So wanted to talk a little bit, since it is, what is it? The American Heart Health Month? Is that what you said, Holly? Something like that?
American Heart Month.
American Heart Month. All
So
right.
American Heart Association, anything related to heart health is, I guess it's because it's Valentine's Day, you know.
Yeah, I think I see the correlation there. That makes sense to me. Since you're seeing hearts everywhere anyway, might as well make this American Heart Month. So it makes perfect sense. So let's talk about how our products help people support their heart health. And let's talk about heart health for a little bit, because it's the #1 killer out there. When you look at causes of death, things related to your circulatory system, heart, strokes, and things like that are at the top of the list by far. 1 out of 3 deaths is from heart attacks, right? Heart attacks and strokes, 1 out of 3. So if you remember Charlie Munger, he was a billionaire. He just died recently. He was the age of 99. And he used to use the joke. He said, I don't want to know how I'm going to die. I want to know where I'm going to die. And he's like, then I just won't go there. Right. And it's a joke. But if you think about it this way, if you know how you're going to die, you got 1 in 3 chance of dying from heart attack or stroke. Then let's not go there. And so we want to take steps that are going to help us avoid that. And so how do our products relate? By the way, women are 7.3 times more likely to die from a heart attack than from breast cancer. 7.3 times. But, you know, when it comes to women's health, we put a lot of emphasis on breast cancer, and I'm not belittling breast cancer at all. It's a deadly killer. But I think we need to also understand the perspective that you're 7.3 times more likely to die from heart disease than from breast cancer. That's how important heart disease is and why we should pay attention to that as well. Everyone, people at sea, heart attacks take the life of someone every 40 seconds in the US. Every 40 seconds, someone's going to die from a heart attack. And 99% of Americans, according to the American Medical Association, have heart disease, some form of heart disease, 99%. And most of us don't even know we're at risk. 3/4 of us don't even think we're at risk for a heart attack, when 99% of us are probably going to die from a heart attack. So those are some sobering statistics to get your attention, to really want to learn more about how we can protect our heart health, and how our products can kind of fill that, kind of fill that need. So before I get into the products, obviously there's some things that we can stop doing or do or stop doing that's going to help, right? Number one, stop smoking. That's an obvious one. They say that's the biggest thing you can do right now for your heart health is stop smoking. Another thing is related to your diet. Obviously, we need to eat more veggies and fruits in general, right? Than we do things like processed meats, things high in sodium, things like that. And then, of course, exercise is going to play a role in your heart health. So those are all things that we all know we should be doing anyway, right? Don't smoke, eat more healthy, exercise. Obvious things. Now, this is where our products come in, because there is a shift right now in the medical community with cardiologists, and it's a slow shift, but it is happening, where doctors have been paying attention for the last 20 years with cholesterol. That's their focus, cholesterol. So if someone has high cholesterol, they're going to prescribe something that's going to help you lower your cholesterol. And they're going to tell you to avoid dairy, and they're going to tell you some other things, right? To focus on cholesterol. They were not putting more emphasis on what they should be putting emphasis on. And this is where the shift is happening with doctors. Cholesterol is still important, but what may be more important is inflammation inside the body. And so there's a very slow shift right now where doctors are starting to really pay attention to how they can help you control inflammation. And again, this is where our products play a role in this as well. So we have different solution stacks at LifeVantage. So they're bundled products that are geared towards a health solution. And we have a heart health stack that's out there. It consists of 3 products, Nerve 2, Nerve 1, and our Omega Plus product. Why did they choose those 3 products? Well, Nerve 2, it may be obvious to you, it may not, you may learn something here, but oxidative stress is huge when it comes to most dysfunction inside the body. Heart disease cannot happen without oxidative stress. And this is why. And I'm gonna get a little sciencey for those science nerds out there, but not too deep. Okay, so hopefully you don't fall asleep on me. The reason that you have 2 different types of cholesterol, right? Good cholesterol, bad cholesterol. So the reason the bad cholesterol is bad is because when you actually look at the cholesterol under a microscope, it's very jagged and pointy. Good cholesterol is very round and smooth, so it can pass through your arteries very easily. The bad cholesterol is kind of like a burr, okay? Like you've gone through the weeds and you get these burrs stuck to you. So they're pointy, and what they do is they get attached inside somewhere in your arteries. And that's okay. They can get attached because they'll dislodge themselves if they're, you know, nothing else. However, once they get attached and they start accumulating, that's where oxidative stress plays a role, because that free radical damage is what turns those pointy pieces of bad cholesterol, and they start to transform, coagulate, and they ultimately turn into what the plaque is inside of your artery. That's what is happening over time. By the way, that is happening sooner than you may think. When they do autopsy of accident victims, they are finding heart disease in people that are still in their late teens. Okay, they're in their late teens, early 20s, and they're seeing the disease start to form. So if someone gets diagnosed with heart disease at age 65, it didn't start at 65, it didn't start at 60, it probably started at age 20 or sooner. Okay, you got to keep that in mind, depending on where you are in your lifespan. It's already happening. It's guaranteed. So we've got NRF2 to address this oxidative stress issue. It lowers oxidative stress 40% in 30 days on average. That's an average, by the way. Okay. And we don't talk about it enough, but that average goes up when you continue to use the NRF2 product. It jumps to 75% after 120 days on average. That's what the clinical studies show. So we always talk about the 40% number. We need to talk more about that 75% number after 3 months of using the product. So that's the biggie, right? Oxidative stress. We got to reduce that in the body so that bad cholesterol has a harder time coagulating and turning into ultimately plaque inside of that artery. Not to mention lowering overall inflammation in the body, right? We're reducing those inflammatory factors inside the body, because inflammation is bad. Because think about your arteries. If they're very flexible and bendy, okay, then they can expand to let blood through. But when they become rigid, this is where the inflammation comes in, because the inflammation isn't expanding the outside, it's expanding the inside in. And it's that blood vessel is restrictive, it's getting narrower, and that blood pressure is increasing because of that inflammation. So that's a big deal. NRF1, that's another product that's in the heart health stack, and that is to address your mitochondria health. Mitochondria is what gives you energy. The more energy, the more stamina, the better your heart's going to be, the better your heart's going to function, the better your pulmonary system is going to work. So all the different systems are going to work better with that NRF1 product in there as well. And lastly is that Omega Plus, because you have a high quality fish oil inside of that product. It is high potency, and that's important, because when they do studies on if omega-3 fatty acids are beneficial to health, a lot of studies say no. They say, no, they're not. But the problem is they were studying low quality farm-raised fish oil. They weren't studying the high quality, the high potency fish oil. When they do study that, they show there is a benefit. That's why there's actually a fish oil drug on the market. I'm not kidding. You've probably seen commercials for it. There is a drug that is a synthetic omega-3 fatty acid, because when they did clinical studies with that, they showed that it reduced your chance of a heart attack by I think a heart event. They didn't call it a heart attack, a heart event by like 25% of people on that versus not on that. But would you rather have synthetic high potency fish oil, or we actually really have the same, the real thing? All right. Our fish are wild caught fish from cold water. That's important to get that high potency, that high quality fish oil. And amongst other things, right? You got the vitamin D in there as well, because there is plenty of studies that show you need that balance of the omega-6 and the omega-3 fatty acids. And there's so many health benefits, and may help prevent so many other diseases, including heart disease. in there, at least slow it down. And so we need that balance. We're here in the United States, we're very good at the omega-6s because we all love our chicken, we all love our pork, we all love our beef, right? We got plenty of omega-6s. We're just not getting enough of the omega-3s. And that's where we need the supplement to come in, because unless you're an Eskimo, you're not eating fish every day. So you're not getting those omega-3s all the time. So that's why that is important and a big part of this. So the one product that's not in there that I think should be, that you're probably also taking, is our liquid collagen. Because collagen is forming that structure for every part of your body that bends. So when we talk about your circulatory system and those arteries and those veins, they need to bend. The better they bend, the better off you are. It's when they can become rigid and very structured and disorganized that it's really going to help that bad cholesterol coagulate. It's gonna make things worse for them. So I think the collagen is going to be very, very important for your heart health as well. And we all know that there's many, many other health benefits for our liquid collagen activator in there. So that's the end of my science lesson, guys. But since it's coming up on Valentine's Day, and since the American Heart Association decided to attach this heart health month to February, it's a good time to talk about it with people, and it's a good time to just be knowledgeable about some of those facts and just be aware, because again, this is the biggest killer when it comes to the causes of death out there. 1 out of 3 people die from heart disease, and I'd rather not be that statistic. Okay, and so we're making investments in our health. These products are the best products on the market to help us do that, because they work differently. These are activators. These are not supplements in the traditional sense. And that's why we love them so much. That's why they're so effective, is because we can actually affect the genes that are responsible for keeping us healthy and functioning properly. And so that's just another reason why I love these products, and we'll use them every single day. So I hope that was helpful for some of you. I hope you learned something in that. And I did have a testimony. You want to give the testimony, Holly? Is that okay?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pull up the testimony. How about you guys? You guys want to hear a testimony? Anybody want to hear a testimony, or no?
I'm sure they do. Everybody's raising their hand.
Everyone likes good
They
testimonies.
love testimonies.
I know. I think you, I'm getting a thumbs up from Sunshine. Whoever Sunshine is, I'm getting a thumbs up for a testimony. But I think you just like saying the word coagulate. I think that was like
Coagulate, yep.
that was like I don't know how many points that would be on a Scrabble board, but I would say that's a good word, coagulate. I have to look that up on how to spell that one too.
There we go.
Anyway.
All right.
All right. You were ready to share a testimony, and then we'll wrap this call up. And
Yep, I'm gonna read this. I think is this posted in our Activation Generation page, Holly?
Not right now. It's actually a brand new post that was
right.
posted in the other group. So it will be making its way to ours soon, though.
All right. So for those that don't know, we have a Facebook group, Activation Generation, which has many, many testimonies in there. So if you're not part of that group, you can request to be part of it and see these testimonies in there. So this is from Dawn. We got her first name. There's a picture here of Dawn and her son. And she said, "This is a long time coming. I've tried multiple times to write my testimony, but up until now, I didn't know how to have a voice about my pain and what I lived with for a majority of my life. When you look normal but feel like you would rather not wake up in the morning, there are no words, a silent evil. I was 12 years old when I was asked I asked my mom to stop hugging me. That's how much pain I have lived with my whole life, which only increased as I got older. So let's skip to the issues I dealt with. 4 knee surgeries starting at age 16. What's called mixed connective tissue disease. So this is encompassing symptoms from rheumatology issues, including lupus, psoriasis, polymyositis. Oh my gosh, there's so many science words and syllables in these words. Polymyositis, scleroderma, fibromyalgia, migraines, bulge disc. She had a fractured vertebrae, severe degeneration in her back and neck. Random shocks of pain going up and down my hands and sometimes in my feet, kidneys almost failing, arthritis, both rheumatoid and osteoarthritis. So she was diagnosed with this mixed connective tissue disease about 3 years ago. I thought I was dying literally, and I could not function in a normal life. I had 3 exceptionally high blood markers when they finally tested my blood. I have since drastically changed many things in my life and my health. I have added in nearly every product LifeVantage makes. However, the 2 I would do anything to keep are collagen and the Tri-Synergizer. Within a week, I felt a huge difference in my pain and energy. It is helping me not just manage, but thrive in my 40s and give me a better life daily. Oh, wait a minute, I skipped something here. Thrive in my 40s more than I could have dreamed of in my 30s. The systems I put in place over the last 3 years is continuing to evolve. I have been able to add daily exercise back into my life and eating clean because I have the energy and hope to continue to feel healthy. I've lost a total of 60 pounds, and that's with having a son. So 85 pounds, if we could count the 25 pounds I added for my pregnancy. I definitely still get flare-ups because of the health changes I've made. I am more than happy to share. These changes drastically changed the trajectory of my life, and maybe they can help you or someone you love. You know, I felt so good after the first month. I contacted my doctor to inquire about having my 2-year-old son. I did an IUI and got pregnant on the first try at 40 years old. If you are on the fence because you haven't found the value, I pray my story helps you make the best choice of your life. Start now. Don't wait for the sake of your future. You are worth it. So that is from Don out there. Wonderful testimony. And I love hearing these stories. And we've been doing this for almost 12 years. And I never get tired of hearing someone's story about how these products really help them. I mean, it's really why Holly and I still do this. Yeah, the money's great, but you know what? It's really the emotional income of hearing how these products are helping people. And we love reading these testimonies. We get text, letters, email messages from people just wanting to share their story. And this is another great example of that and why we do this business. So it's absolutely awesome to hear that. So Holly, that's all I got. So anything else before we adjourn for the night?
No, absolutely not. If you don't have any questions, I'm gonna count to 5. If you do, you can take yourself off of mute. Otherwise, we'll
We
wrap
do
it.
have the Campbell call tonight, so I don't know if you want to do a
Yes,
plug.
yes. So Skip and Jill Campbell, they have a once a month. It's the first Monday of each month. They too have a motivational Monday call, as they call it, and that call's usually only about 15-20 minutes. So it's not nearly as long as this one. And if they're not doing the talk, they usually have a guest speaker just to provide you some motivation as you go into the new month and into the new week. And so I would encourage you, if you're able to go ahead and hop on that call in about 10-15 minutes following this. If you again go to our team calendar, the Zoom link and all the information is right there. However, if you're not and you just want to dial in, the dial-in number is where's the dial-in number here? Yeah, the dial-in number is 669-444-9171. That's 669-444-9171. The meeting ID is 926-8786-8051. All right. And so again, that's 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's in about 15 minutes or so. So if you're able to hop on that and bear with us for another 15 minutes and get your fill for the month, then we'd love to have you hop on with us. But that's all I got.
Hey, Brian, Holly, this is Fannie Mae.
Hey, baby.
How are you guys? It's good hearing all your voices tonight. I just wanted to mention one thing that I wanted to mention about the 20th that Rob and Summer threw out there is they are giving $100 to whoever has the most guests at that meeting. So I just wanted to mention that because even if you're not from our area, if you know people in the Millersburg, Holmes County area, go ahead and invite them because whoever has the most guests at that meeting is going to get $100. And we're also going to do door prizes and things, but they just threw that out there last week when we talked. So just wanted to mention that's an extra bonus. If you bring enough guests, you know, who knows? I mean, you might be that one that gets $100, plus it's a win-win to have those guests there, because you never, ever have enough guests there. So I just wanted to throw that out, that if anybody's thinking, you know, a couple of people, you don't have to be from this area, but if you know somebody, get them to the meeting on the 20th and we'll take good care of them. Thank you. That's all I got.
Awesome. It's good to know. It's very generous of them to do that. So that definitely should encourage some people to bring some guests, get a nice, cool $100 in your pocket.
I know, that's pretty sweet, man. That's an awesome deal. I wish I need to find some people to send there, Fannie Mae. I need to find
Absolutely.
people in there. So awesome. Well, thanks again for each of you. Again, the replay of this should be up by tomorrow. We will put it on our Team Legacy YouTube channel, so you're free to share it with anyone who wasn't able to join us tonight. Again, congratulations to all of our newest team members, all of our new rank advancements. What a great way to kick off the new year, folks. Have yourselves a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
All right. We'll see y'all.